this is Bryn, Jordan, and Dom. This is Crash Course Junior Capstone. And we've done it. We've taken family out of the screen.
Andrew says that we marry, divorce, and remarry at rates not seen anywhere else in the developed world. We lavish $70 billion a year in weddings, more than we spend on pets, coffee, toothpaste, and toilet paper combined.
But we aren't going to cover the astonishing results of overspending brides with off-white dresses and groomsmen who'd rather be golfing. What we're going to try to do is talk about the American family and how the media portrays them.
Portrayed in the clips are numerous family dynamics.
Lunch for you. Lunch for you. Lunch for you. No free lunch for you. I don't want to offend your Republican sensibilities by giving you a handout. I skipped breakfast. Yeah, well, if you want to eat, pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Hey, what are you doing?
Bo, we have a problem. Junior is a Republican.
Whatever happened to predictability?
The nuclear family dynamics resembled strongest in modern families, showing that the strength as a group is stronger than that of one alone. Contrasting that idea, the single-parent dynamic isn't found to be most common in these videos. Why is that? Well, it's simple. The idea of a single parent isn't as strong or represented as well due to the historical times where everyone's stuck together. Shows resemble what life should be, including happiness and family interaction, and what life was. This playing back and basing it off of what life was in the past, ideas remain the same from past to now.
Future Jordan Lemons is here to tell you that in the year 2020, a stunning turn of events takes place when 1950's I Love Lucy makes the comeback of the century. American families have shifted over time from patriarchal to egalitarian. Americans love the idea of a house free of kids, a young, authentic foreign husband, and a goofball yet loving wife. Like my hubby Ricky Ricardo, we are perfectly happy the way life is. Although kids sometimes sound good, the bun in the oven does not come out as good as planned. Surveys have shown that kids just aren't necessary anymore. The nation's birth rate is half of what it was in 1960, and last year it hit its lowest point ever. At the end of the baby boom in 1964, 36% of all Americans were under 18 years of age. Last year, children accounted for 23.5% of the population, and the population is still dropping to a projected 21% by 2050. Too much work, they say. Adoption rates are skyrocketing for kids in the agency that are 20 years or older. I know that past styles always come back around, and this is one that is a blast from the past. Due to such crazy divorce rates, single-parent family dynamics are uprising. Unlike the mid-1900s, where not getting married and creating a family was considered a sin, marriage is now overcomplicated and overanalyzed. In 1950, most married women walked down the aisle just aged 20. Only 16% of them got a job outside the home, and majority of brides were pregnant within 7 months of their wedding. They didn't stop at one child. From 1940 to 1960, the number of families with 3 children doubled, and the number of families having a 4th child quadrupled. Contemporary anthropologists dub this the nuclear family. American sitcoms show all family dynamics straying far from what used to be the ubiquitous nuclear family.
And now, welcome to segment 3, where we will discuss family roles reflected throughout American family sitcoms. To begin, ABC's Modern Family goes against the norm of American Family and shows a different family dynamic. This Emmy Award-winning show revolves around the 3 different types of families, nuclear, step, and same-sex. While communicating messages about gender roles within the family, the 2 main characters, Jay and Gloria, take on the stereotypical role of wife and husband. The woman cooks, cleans, and takes care of the children, while the man whisks away at work, bringing the big bucks. Ladies, doesn't this stereotypical role sound fun? Of course not. So let's take a look at a quick clip.
Gloria.
Howdy, hobby. How about some grub before we turn on the NASCAR?
I'm not gonna lie, I like where this is going, but I'm not sure I'm supposed to.
Ain't this what you want, the perfect American wife to make your life more convenient?
Do you think that's an American accent?
Claire and Phil from Modern Family tend to share these gender roles rather than being stereotyped to one role.
I can't believe it! Okay, that's it. No more fighting! No more fighting! For the rest of your lives, you are not allowed to yell at each other.
But you're allowed to yell at us?
Yes, Alex, I am, because I feed you, and I clothe you, and I pay the mortgage.
Whoa, pretty sure old Dad deserves a shout out right about now.
Phil.
Sorry, should have taken the temperature of the room first. What's up?
Luke
I'm
and
feeling a
Manny
lot of
barged
pride.
into our room while we were changing the little
Can I
purse.
just say, in Europe, this would be no big deal.
Yeah, you can see me in my underwear whenever you want. Here, I'll make it even.
No, hey, Luke, keep your pants on. Okay, girls, stop getting so hysterical over everything. Come on. Now, grow up a little. I need things to start changing around here, or I will change things, okay? There will be no more TV and no internet and no whatever else I can think of. May I have a word with you, Phil?
I'd rather not.
These sharing of family roles is common against American family sitcoms. In the sitcom Blackish, Rainbow Johnson shares roles with Dre Johnson, much similar to Jay and Gloria.
Listen, we both have huge jobs, but when I come home from mine, from, saving lives and whatnot, I start a whole other second huge job. When you come home, you play video games.
Babe, that is ridiculous. That's the sound it makes when I get a work email.
You have lost this round. Playing time, 4 hours, 13 minutes. New record.
Okay, maybe I have a little problem.
Just a little bit.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, babe.
Mom?
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you last week, but Jack and I need 2 dozen cupcakes for school tomorrow. Yeah, that's 23 cupcakes.
Tomorrow? Oh, great. That sounds fun for me.
And be careful with the frosting. Last time you made some, you look like you did them last minute. Yeah, you kind of phoned it in, Mom.
Did you even hear what she said?
Yes, she said, hey, Dad. Then she said something to you.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, there's like 1,000 invisible things that I do around here that aren't even on your radar.
Okay, babe, I hear you. Let me tell you what. Let me handle all the kids' stuff this week, including whatever it is that Diane just said.
Really?
Yes, really.
That would be great. I could really use a break.
I know. You look tired.
I look tired, Dre?
Oh, look what's here in the paper. Your obituary.
Although many believe the American family represents these stereotypical roles, the sitcoms from the 21st century tend to steer away from such ideologies.
And now for an open letter. Dear television, you have forced parents to believe that they have the power to change who their kid turns out to be. This creates stress on the parent and child as they repeatedly miss expectations. Parents can influence and shape, but cannot control their children's lives. It is an endless cycle of doom, so if you could prevent any of the stress, that would be great. Sincerely, Jordan Lemons. Studies show that 98% of households contained at least one television set. And now, by some estimates, some kids spend more time in front of the TV than in school. Children are dramatically influenced by television. It has become one of the most used types of media, one-upping the newspaper and the radio. This is 21st century. Pretty soon we will have high-tech chips implanted in our heads with information feeding into our brains. Television is also easily accessible. Computers, iPhones, or the lesser of the two, droids, smart TV, laptops, the list could go on and on. There's no way of stopping the stream of media into everyday lives. The positive and negative influences are like night and day. There are so many.
Family interactions, just how much have they changed from one century to the next? Well, a lot. 20th century life interactions was far different than what they are now, known as now. Ideas have been carried over as they impact everyone daily. However, many have been neglected, and those neglected may be the most important of them all. There's an importance for everything that we see and hear in media. Television shows strongly show and depict older values and morals to what was important. The then and the now are two opposites. I mean, of course they are. It's been a century. Anyway, a century ago we would find women working in the house 24/7 and very dominant role being played by the father figure. Talking about the television show Modern Family, To appease the dominant ideology, the Pritchett Tuckers take the form of a traditional family with defined mother and father figures when in actuality, research reflects the division of labor is split equally in majority of same-sex parent families. Cameron stays at home and doesn't really work, playing the woman's role. But on the other hand, you have Mitchell who goes out and works, but then they have interactions like normal families on a day-to-day basis. Confusing, yes, but these shows are showing then and now comparisons and then taking them further and combining them, which is truly insane. I mean, who would have thought of something like that? Certainly not me. Then you have Claire and her family, mom, dad, and 3 kids, 2 of which are girls, and then of course the other is a guy. They live what apparently appears to be the American dream, where they live in a suburban neighborhood and have a happy family.
So, if you've learned anything from this video, you've learned that family dynamics and structure have changed throughout the centuries, and how media portrays the existing ideology of American family.
You've learned that marriage is like a sport for most Americans. Overspending and divorcing is higher than ever, whether it be the amount of children they're having or the gender role in which they play.
But most importantly, you've learned that families are ever changing and their effects are always getting stronger.
Thanks for watching, as they say in our hometown.
Go Bucks!